So, Vincent, the thing with Nitro, right? Okay, let me ask you the following questions. Can you use Nitro with apexoracle.com?
Yes,
You can.
absolutely.
Okay. And all you have to install is this Node.js thing, right?
Yes, the only prerequisite is Node.js. So there are 3 steps to get running. Install Nitro with Node.js. Second is configure one of your project on Apex Nitro. And then the third step is to set up your application. You just need to add an application process on your current application so it can make the communication between Nitro and your application.
And this crazy thing you did at Kscope where you remote controlled your desktop with a smartphone? What was that?
So essentially, Nitro runs on WebSockets. So it's the server is running on your computer, listening to the changes on your browser, and it can transmit this information to other browsers that are also connected to the same application. So whether it's on a mobile or in another browser on your computer, they're all going to be synced together. It is listening to typing, clicking, and scrolling.
Okay,
so that makes responsive development much easier.
Why? What's the benefit for that? If you can remote control, what I just showed? I can remember.
The remote control is not the point. The point is to have all your devices in front of you, and when you develop on your computer, on your desktop, you see automatically how it looks on the mobile. So it's not a matter of remote controlling. Of course, it's cool to demo the remote control, but the point is to see the changes as you develop.
So you wasn't really lazy that you, I don't know who you asked. I think Peter. I asked Peter to do the scrolling. So you wasn't really lazy to the scroll, but you want to prove it's not a trick, right?
Exactly. That was just to impress.
Okay. Yeah, and it worked. Everybody, woo! So we were all still drunk, to be honest, right? At this early morning, and
I was too. So
and everybody was still sleepy, and nobody really listened to the other guy. And then you came up with the Nitro demo, and then suddenly, woo! Everybody was awake. It was great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good news that you can also use it on apex.oracle.com, and I really want to use it too. Because
you can use it on any server, so it's not just apexoracle.com. You can use it on your company environment or on your local host or on a cloud environment. It doesn't matter.
Okay, that sounds good. I mean, I'm a lazy guy, not in a good sense like Martin would like to have me, that I use the latest and greatest tools to make my work more efficient. I'm more a lazy guy. I think like 90% of the developers, they install the browser, they know how to deal with Apex, and maybe let's say they still they install SQL Developer. This is it, right? And you don't want to do anything above that because it's clumsy and complicated. You have to, I don't know, install some things and have to remember things. So of course there's a benefit out of it, but most of the time you cannot motivate me to break my old habits if you're not so consistent like Martin. But in this case, what I saw with Nitro, so you really speed up your development a lot, right? If you do a whole day Apex development, which I do, where I spend, I would say 50% in the development I spend in the front end. I mean, literally the front end. How does the things look? And I want to change the size of something, the color, border, blah, 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 right? So because everything else is mostly wizard driven, or you know it by heart anyway, and there's not much to do. But the front end thing, it's still, I have to change the CSS there and have to save it and then reload, and how does it look? It doesn't look good, it's in the wrong, I don't know, and then in the wrong place. You have to do it over and over again, and I think 50%, at least for my work, is front end tweaking. Right? I'm not an expert in CSS and JavaScript and stuff like that, but I'm good enough to achieve everything I want to have in the end. And I
absolutely, and
yeah, and I guess when you, so what I saw with Nitro, when this is really working, I saw it was, so I'm still, I don't know, skeptical, right? Give me that. I need to as long as it is not running on my machine and it's working on my machine in my configuration, I still doubt it. But do we want to change this today?
Yes.
Yes,
I want to change that. I will get you started.
Great, because I think you really save a lot of time when you use Nitro, right?
But it's not just a matter of saving time. So you mentioned earlier that all you do on the front end side is tweaking, you know?
Yeah.
But that word tweaking is the whole point of Nitro. So CSS and JavaScript is obscure technologies to most SQL developers. And they always end up tweaking instead of building good practices. Mm-hmm. So Nitro enforces those good practices while making everything faster. So now the developers using Nitro will probably say, oh, now I don't have to tweak anymore. I can just develop and use good practices at the same time.
Okay, I lost you a little bit during your communication, but just a couple of words, but we still understood what you were saying.
Yes. Okay.
So the thing is not only saving time, but force you to use good practices, how you should develop anyway, and you really learn how to do it the right way or the better way. And besides that, we also have this documentation project where I don't know the name anymore, and I don't want to say it. This weird documentation project which generates Markdown for whatever reason only. And you were so nice and did a HTML template on top of it, so that the regular guys like me and all my customers who just want to click on a file and it should open up somewhere in a known environment and they see something nice can have this, right? And not have to install some plugins to use this, to watch this Markdown thing. Okay, so this is what we also want to do, and you enhanced it. I think that I already have implemented it in the PL/SQL code, right? It's very easy, very simple, and at the end we get the Java doc out of it. So
I lost you there in the last 10 seconds.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are we gonna do is first install the new
version.
So
before we do that, I really want to give all the credit to Martin D'Souza here. So I was only a contributor to a small feature of that project, but everything it was developed by Martin. So I don't want to get the credit for this.
Yes, I give him the credit for the idea, and I give him the credit for everything. But why in the world do you just generate Markdown? If I just click on the file, I have a regular Mac, I click on the file, and what is happening? Nothing is happening, but no program can deal with this weird format, right? And then Martin came up, yeah, you have to install this plugin in Atom Editor or some Chrome plugin, and said, what? I mean, I have a documentation, looks like Java doc, and I have to install something to look at it. We're in the year 2017, so there should be just a format where I can click on it and everybody in the world can click on it and can see the results, especially my customers, because at the end I want to give it to my customer and I don't have to say, here is the installation, how to use Markdown views. So anyway, so this is a big step forward. I had discussions with Martin, especially all about the name of this weird project, so I'm confident that we get a great name like we have with Nitro now. We will see. And now since you have jumped in and have this HTML template, I'm fully on board.
I perfectly understand your concerns.
Yeah. So yeah, let's start with that. I can give you my screen. Hold on. And see, we already installed an older version, or Martin did, or you did?
I think I helped you getting set up with the documentation tool.
Yes,
so
yes.
all we have to do now is update it.
Martin also installed this GitHub thing, yeah, right? So I think if you install GitHub, then you can locally on your machine, then you can also just upgrade to new versions, right? Without downloading the zip file completely. Is this true?
That is correct. So what we're going to do now is go through your project directory and run a few commands on the command line to update it.
Okay.
We're actually going to pull the new files from GitHub directly.
Okay, I'll give you my screen. Let me, hold on. Ta-da. And do you see it?
Yes.
So
all you have to do now is go to the directory containing the PL/SQL doc project.
I think it is somewhere in the download folder. Let me check. We did something there. Did I delete it already? Because we did install some sample. Oh, I had to delete this one. Come on. Let me open this up. So much crap. I now delete my download folder. Current zip archive. Normally you can set up that the should be set up that the folders should come first. I can remember that we did some folders in there, but oh no, I'm not in a download folder. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's all my files. Hold on. Here we go. And yes.
PL/SQL doc master, the last one.
Yeah, the weird name doc master. So I go in this folder now, right?
I'm sorry?
I go into the folder.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do now?
Yes, that's good. So now what you want to do is open that directory in the command line, in the terminal.
Open this directory in the terminal. Let me see. I'm never on the terminal, but I hope you can do this. Terminal. Where is it? Here we go. Let me see where we are. Is this working? No. PLC. Whoa. Here we are.
Excellent. So now, to update the project, you're going to type git
And
space
yeah.
fetch
Fetch.
space origin.
Origin? This?
Origin.
Is this right? Oh yeah, I forgot.
Origin.
Yeah. This is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
What am I going to do with that? So what's happening?
There are 3 steps, so this is the first one.
I don't know. What's that? Okay.
Can you... Oh, this is not a git directory. We're gonna have a problem.
That's the real world. Did I install this git already? Can you check if I have installed this git thing?
No, the git thing is fine. Let me think.
I can remember that we downloaded something in this download folder. Some sample documents.
Okay. What you're gonna have to do is we're gonna start from scratch. It's gonna be easier.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
So can you go back 1 level so at least you're not reinstalling in the same directory?
Yep. What?
Is there any way I can send you a message for you to copy paste?
Yeah, in the you can use my keyboard.
Oh really?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. Open source SQL doc. Okay, so we got it now.
What did you do now? What have you done?
So I essentially just downloaded the files from GitHub, and now I'm going to hop onto that directory and install it using npm install. Okay, that's it.
So define that's it. What did you do? So you installed the PL SQL and the doc project?
So I pulled the files from GitHub and then I used npm to install the project. So what we have to do now is, as you did a few months ago, is to set up a config file. So what do you use for editing files? Atom?
Yeah, I installed it, but Martin still has to show me how to work with it. So I'm not happy with it right now. I'm not comfortable with it, but at least he convinced me to use it, to install it. So you can use it.
So we're gonna hop onto the directory and go into the configuration file, which is this one. Open with Atom. So what were you using before Atom?
Sublime, but I was also not familiar with that. I just installed it. I saw it on Kscope 15, I guess. I thought everybody using the Sublime thing. Okay, you have to install it to be one of the cool kids. But I never got into it, so I haven't lost anything.
Okay, can you see this source path? Now we're going to have to paste the source path from your PL SQL packages, the ones you want to document.
We should have template sample sample things, sample files somewhere here, right?
No, there's no sample files.
Yeah, there are. Martin downloaded some sample files somewhere. Let me see. I can't remember that. Packages.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Test packages.
Yes.
All right, so let's do this using the sample files. I wasn't aware. So can you copy the directory for this one?
Good question. How do you do that? I have no idea. Open, add. Get info. I mean, it's here anyway, right? It's weird. You never need this normally, but we have this anyway here, so I can take this one.
Oh, sure. Yes.
And
you're
then
right.
Pyramid Doc Master. Here we go. Download. Yep. Oops, hold on.
I think you need the second one too, because we embedded the project into the previous directory.
What did you mean?
Let me do it. I'll copy paste this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Up to here, and hopefully the copy paste works from Windows to Mac. It does not. Okay, and then PL/SQL md-doc.
Source packages. You see it on the footer, the whole path.
Really, was it under? Okay, source. That's good. And I think that would be it. All right. Then what do we want to do is essentially the same thing for the output path. Can you paste again?
Mm-hmm.
And then that will be the, let's say, the final folder.
Do I have to create
Okay,
it?
now I know you don't want to use the Markdown template, so we're just going to switch that to the HTML template. Same thing for the table of content and the file name as well. Okay, can you save that?
Yep, done.
All right. So back to the command line now.
Oh, hold on. Here we are.
So what we want to do is launch the documentation tool, and that is done by using node. Node app.js, and then the name of your project. In this case, we haven't put any name. It refers to this guy right here, so project name.
Oh, okay.
We should have put something else. Okay, now can you see this folder was added?
Yeah.
Final.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go into it. Okay. Can you open the HTML file in there? Oh, but I mean not in Atom, probably here.
Okay. Hold on.
Final and then index.html. So I think in that directory there were two packages, test package and test package sub, and both are now documented in the HTML format.
Great.
Okay.
And so when now you edit this description, right? Now you can have what was the latest changes?
Yes, so you can edit the description. If you go back to Atom, and we're going to have a quick look at the packages themselves.
I see a different camera view now from, actually I don't see you anymore, but a bunch of cables and...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, how can I change?
You can use it if you go to zoom and then the camera, there's a little drop down arrow, and then you can change the different cameras you have.
I don't see anything. Hold on.
Do you see the camera symbol?
No, I don't.
Maybe let me stop sharing the screen. Let me stop sharing the screen, and then maybe then it's easier for you. If you go to stop video.
Oh yes.
And then
okay, I see now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now I see you. You're back. Okay, great. Okay, share my screen again. Here you go.
Okay, so in Atom, if we look at the packages we just documented under the source folder, and packages, and test packages, so everything in the comment section is being outputted in HTML. So let's try to find the general description of the package, which was
exactly what do I need to insert to have a general description generated from a project with the weird name.
Do I still have access to your mouse?
No, you have to give it to you. Now you have it.
Okay. So the way it works is it uses Javadoc to produce documentation for your package. So in this case, we have constants, which is documenting all the different constants in your package, same for types, variables here, and then the exceptions and the general description of your functions.
And there's a good documentation. I have to give Martin that on the project page, right? So there's a good...
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of documentation.
Yeah.
So, here, and this is what we were talking about. So this is the general description of the package.
Oh yeah, it comes before the create even.
Yes.
So the problem was I think I had it recently that I wanted to put something in front of the create or replace in a procedure, and then it vanished when I saved it with the SQL developer. And I asked them,
I am not sure about that.
So does it?
But I would not be surprised that you could have this description part just below the create or replace package.
Okay, so we can have it up front or below the create.
I'm not 100% sure, but I would say yes.
Can we simply try it? Let's try it.
Okay. Can you do it?
Yeah,
Just
sure.
move it down under.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. And now save that and go back to the terminal.
Yep. And do the same thing again. And
Yes.
we should be here. Reload.
Oh no, the global description is not there anymore.
But was it there before?
Yes, it was there.
Okay. Where is it? Here we are. Try. And
See. So yes, apparently you have to have the package description before the create or replace package.
And the other things you have there is not showing up. You have here the author name and created. It's just the description, or can we use the other text too?
Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear.
So when you here you have the author and created text inside the description.
Yes.
But it's not extracted here, right?
Yes, it is.
Where?
The description about the package itself.
Yeah.
If you.
Yeah. And then. Where
Well, if you go to Adam, this is what the comment box was saying.
But there is also inside the description, we also have the author and the created, when the packet was created.
Oh, well, it's right here.
Oh my goodness, I didn't see it. What? Okay. That's the
Yeah, it's kind of pale.
Okay, I haven't seen that. Okay, great. So this is working now. Do I have to have this description in the package specification or in the body, or doesn't care?
I tend to use it directly on the package specifications. It's a matter of personal preference. You could also have it in the body, but I like to have it in the specs.
Mm-hmm. So you can have it in both places, so it doesn't matter.
Well, if you have it in both places, you're going to have to sync them, which requires more effort from you.
Yeah, sure, that's sure. But I mean, it doesn't mean it at the same time. You can have it either in the specification or in the body. It's just as you like it.
Yes.
Okay, great. So then let's say
You want to try Nitro now?
Yes, exactly. I'm happy with the HTML template of the project with the weird name. Very happy about it. Let's go on with Nitro. What are we going to do?
Nitro. We're going to install it first. So go back to the terminal.
Yep.
So one thing that is different between this project and Nitro is that Nitro installs on your computer globally. So you don't have to specify a directory. So the way it installs is by going npm, which is the node package manager, install, and I'm going to add the flag dash G for global and Apex Nitro. This might take a while. So usually it takes between 1 or 2 minutes to install. And in the meantime, can you open your one of your test applications? Do you have a sandbox application we can use to test?
You mean just apexoracle.com something?
Yes, yes, correct. Any of your applications we can use to test. Oh, hold on. You had a permission issue. Access denied. Oh, we're gonna have to run sudo, I think. Because, and I'm not familiar with Mac, but let's do the same thing using sudo. npm install fix nitro. You're gonna have to enter your password.
Done.
Okay. Now open your application.
Hold on. Oh, there's something here. Backing up, skip backup, because I don't want to have traffic now. Any else? Any other backups running? Because I don't want to have it. Yes. Oh, really? Okay, here's my playground.
Okay, which one do you want to
Let's
adapt to Nitro?
Then we have some the sample application. I'm sure I have it somewhere. Single page and mobile test. Let me look for it. Sample. Database application. Here we go. This one.
All right. Is it unlocked?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we're going to head into shared components and application processes.
Now we're talking.
And now you're going to copy some code from the GitHub directory of Nitro. Can I use the mouse?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you have an own web page, Apex Nitro?
Oh, it's only just on GitHub. Okay. It's no web page. And from there, again, on this project, all the documentation is on GitHub. What I want to show what I want to do right now is going into. So we've done the install.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I want to do is the setup. So this is the part I want to copy into your application. What it essentially does, I'll explain, but let me give it the name, sequence, just to make sure it's the first one that runs on your app. And here's the code. Oh, okay. I didn't copy paste again.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have to do it. All right. So what it does is it looks for a cookie called OOS Apex Nitro. And if the cookie exists, what we want to do here is choose between all these options. The one we're going to use today is the first one because it refers to the application images from Apex.
I need to switch the videos. Hold on. What? I have to get it out of the way because you don't see it. Now, okay, now we see the screen. Go ahead.
Okay, so what this does is it looks for a cookie called OOS Apex Nitro. And if the cookie exists, what we want to do is replace the path from the application static files of Apex. So we're using the API Apex application and we're going to replace the variable gFlowImages to the value of the cookie. So instead of pulling the files from the shared components, it's going to pull the files from Nitro. So here we don't need this. Need this. Oops. Okay. And create the process. So perfect. Now, can you go back to the terminal, see if the installation is over? Okay, perfect. So that is done. Now that we've installed Nitro, we now have access to a command line interface for Nitro. So if you type in the terminal Apex Nitro, you should have options for Nitro features. So the first one you want to do is config, because you want to configure your project in Nitro. So we're going to go Apex Nitro config and give it a name. We're going to call it Jürgen. So this launches a web page that allows you to configure Nitro for your project. We're gonna do the most basic configuration. Here is the application URL. Can you copy and paste your application URL here?
You mean the start when I let it run, right?
Yes, like the login page for this application. Perfect.
Come on.
And now we're going to specify a source folder for any CSS or JavaScript file that you have on your computer. I know you don't have any right now, or maybe you do. Do you have any JavaScript or CSS file you have on your computer?
No.
Okay. In that case,
So we can just create a folder like we did with the Docker
yes.
project, right?
So just go to your download folder or your desktop. We're going to create one.
Okay, let's go to the download and we say create a new one. Oh, this gets in the way. It's always in the way. I told the Zoom guys, you need to get this away because I don't see anything now on top and it's so hard to move this. What?
So in your Finder application, could you create a new directory?
Yes, sure. Now I see it. Okay. Let's say Nitro. This is it?
Perfect. Yes, exactly. Now, you need to copy the path for this directory.
I would say let's go to the Atom editor because I actually don't know how to copy the path out of it. I'm sure there's a weird shortcut for that, but I never use that. But we have it right here in our config JSON, and it is. Put it in here and say Nitro.
Perfect.
Is the slash at the end or not?
No need. So just save that. There's a button to save on top or at the bottom.
Looks like it's here. There, of course, the videos are in the way. Hold on.
Okay, so the project was saved. Now let's get back to the terminal. And instead of doing Apex Nitro config, we're going to do Apex Nitro launch. Okay, so now your application is launched using a proxy. So instead of going to apexoracle.com, you are on localhost, which proxies apex.oracle.com. Does that make sense to you?
Not quite. Can you repeat it?
So the URL right now is localhost.
Yes.
But it is proxying apex.oracle.com.
This means where does the request go? So
it means that we're on your localhost. The URL is localhost, but it's pulling the information, the data from apexoracle.com.
And you do this inside Nitro with.
Yes, but that is not relevant because the next step would be to add a few files in your application. Can you go back to the page designer?
Yep. Here we go.
Okay, on page 101. What we're going to do is add one JavaScript and one CSS file in there. So tap images, JS, and let's call that Jurgen.js. Oops. I got it right?
Yes.
Okay, same thing in here for CSS. App images, and then CSS. Here again, .css. And we're going to save that. Now, can you go back to Finder? So inside of the Nitro directory, we're actually going to create the CSS and JavaScript files. So first one is a directory for JS. And the directory for CSS. Can we add that to Atom? Can you go to Atom?
Sure.
So in here, I'm sure you can add a project folder. And Nitro. All right. So we're finally going to create that file. There. And same thing here. Okay, what do we want to do now? Add some colors to the body. You're going to see what it does afterwards. So background color. Blue. In the other file, just like I did on the Keyscope Lightning talk, let's add an alert message. So, there you go. Can you save that?
Yep. Done.
Can you save this one too?
Done.
Okay. Now I want to go to the terminal again. Did we save the Apex page? I can't remember.
Me too. I have no idea.
Oh, well, I think it worked. So, can you see the alert message now?
Yeah, sure.
Can you split the screen so this one would be on the right and the code would be on the left?
Sure. Hold on. Grab this guy over here.
That's fine, that's enough.
No, just the video. Just you don't see the video. Is our two faces in the video, but it's not working very well because everything is recording and it's very slow. So okay, put this up again. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So, what do you need to hold on, I want to do something else. Just give me 1 second.
Put the videos down. Give me a minute to get them out of the way. So, okay, your screen is yours again.
Okay. Login region. So where's the code now?
Here's the code, and
yes.
Here is...
So instead of changing the body color, we're going to go T login region, which will change the color of the login region. All right. So
should I save it?
All right. So now you're going to save the CSS file and see what happens on the right.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
So you can change the color of this to something else, like green, and save again. And automatically it's being synced to Apex. And same thing goes for JavaScript.
Convinced. It's broken.
So we had test and alerts saying test. Let's just add a few numbers in here. And if you save, the page will be reloaded.
Great. How do you do that? How do you remote? Do you do this with the...
So see, you've got it working on apex.oracle.com.
Yes. And
the only difference is you have to notice this is localhost. As I said before, it is proxying apex.oracle.com, but it doesn't change anything to you.
But why do you even say it then? So you say it in a way where you say...
Jürgen, are you still there?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I still can't hear you.
You can? Are you hear me?
You're on mute.
Okay, hold on, it's my fault. Unmute, my fault.
And now I hear you.
Okay, great. So, accidentally, so, why do you even say it? You have to be aware that you are on local host. Why do you say that? What drawbacks do I have, or what do I have to?
I don't have to say it. It doesn't change anything. So you're right. I shouldn't say that.
So the thing is, let me explain if I have understood it right. So the thing is, you have some kind of web server in Node.js with WebSockets.
Yes.
And every Apex request is going first to the Node.js web server, like an Apache.
Not the requests, just the it's listening to scrolling, typing, and clicking. So this is what's going through the Node.js.
Every traffic, let's say, every traffic first goes to the Node.js server. And then,
what do you mean by traffic? The page submits and everything?
Yeah, whatever. Every click, every submit, everything I do first hits the web server at Node.js. And there you decide, okay, this is for me or this is not for me. I send it over to apexoracle.com. Is this the way I can think of it?
Not really, no. I wouldn't be comfortable saying that. So the WebSocket server is listening to changes from local files will pull JavaScript and CSS files in your directory. It is syncing them to Apex. And also it is listening to the page, clicking, typing, and scrolling. But that is it. Everything else, the page submits, everything that Apex does still goes through their server and doesn't go through Node.js.
So we have two streams basically, right? Then when everything, so the regular submit goes directly to the apexoracle.com. Is this true?
Can you repeat the question?
So we have two streams. So the first stream is the regular one for submit and page reload. It goes directly to apexoracle.com.
I'm not sure I understand.
So
what's the difference?
Yeah, that's
what's the two screens you are referring to?
So I'm the way I'm understanding whole web development. So they have a web server, and everything you do on your web browser first hits the web server, right?
Yes.
And then the web server decides, can I satisfy the request, like static files, CSS, JavaScript, or images, then I send them directly, or I cannot, and then I send it over to the database or some module and wait for the result and then send it back. So that's the basic web architecture we're probably all familiar with.
Yes.
So now your Node.js WebSocket web server comes into place. And you're saying every click you do on your web page, on your browser, my WebSocket Node.js web server is listening to. Every click.
So this is why I'm saying it's a proxy. It's just redirecting everything back to apex.oracle.com, but passing through the Node.js server. So that allows us to handle and watching the files locally. But every request goes back to apexoracle.com.
So the first guy who is receiving something is your Node.js the proxy server. Like it's a little thing.
Yes, I think we can say that, but from a developer perspective, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't change anything.
I understand, but it's good to understand the architecture behind it, because then I'm feeling much more comfortable when I understand what's happening behind the scenes, even if I never use it or get confronted with. But it's like the mod PL/SQL, the former mod PL/SQL guy, right? When you say, okay, your WebSocket Node.js server is like the regular Apache. He gets every request, and then in the URL he decides, okay, this guy has to go to the mod PL/SQL part.
Yes. So and one thing to know is that this Node.js server runs on your computer, so it's not going through some external server on someone else's machine.
Okay.
It is on your system.
Okay. Then you can. Now I understand that you think a little bit different. So it doesn't even leave your machine.
It never leaves your machine. That's why it's localhost.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, good point. All right. So okay. Still don't understand how you inject your JavaScript and CSS files into Apex, because Apex now should come back with the page and should load their CSS files from app images, right? This is what I told Apex. Hey Apex, I have a Jürgen CSS and a Jürgen JavaScript file in app images static files in your database.
Yes. And so we're supposed to. So the thing is, we're originally trying to go to the shared components to get the files. But remember, our application process looks for the cookie and then changes the path from application images to redirect to our localhost files. So this is why this substitution string is able to pull the files from your computer instead of the shared components. At the end of the day, what you want to do is transfer back those files to the shared components so that the other developers can see the changes.
Okay, hold
and
on.
your application would be ready for production.
Okay, understand it, but let's stick to this part where you insert the different path. So when the HTML code comes back from apexoracle.com, there is a URL in it trying to receive the JS and the CSS files with app images, and it's already parsed, right? This is what you normally see then in the source code. Do you change the HTML source code for that? Do I understand this right? So
absolutely not. You don't change the HTML source code.
Okay, I tried. Okay, but then I still don't get it. So when let's look into the source code, right? Let's look into the source code. What we have here, or better, yeah, that's the wrong thing. I have it on Safari. Okay, let's look into the source code. What do we have?
So right now you're going to get two errors because the files do not exist in the shared components, but you're still trying to pull them out.
I'm not familiar with the Safari Web Toolkit thing, but there must be something. Let me look for Jürgen. Yeah, see, you changed it to localhost somehow.
Yes, because you have the cookie that redirects to localhost.
But then you are replacing the HTML source code coming back from apexoracle.com, where we normally had something like, I don't know, or something, a different path where you can get the file from the database, and you change this HTML code before it hits the browser.
Okay, yes, I understand now. So yes, in this case, yes, we are.
Now I'm happy. Because now I understand how it's working.
Yes, now I understand your question. And yes, we are modifying the reference to the file, which affects the HTML.
Okay, this makes total sense. And what do I have to do now when I want to synchronize it with my iPhone?
Can you go back to the terminal?
Yup.
So can you see that external URL that starts with 192?
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
If you go there with your phone, you're going to see the same page and it's going to be synced automatically. That's all there is.
Seeing is believing. Let me check. 192 2.168 2.102 Which one should I enter? The UI external, right? Should I use
no, not UI external. This one, the first external.
The 4000. So port 4000.
Yes.
And then we have Apex, the regular thing. PLS / Apex / oh no, it's gone.
Oh, sorry.
Apex. It's F. Equals 1 10 2 6 9 2 6 9. Okay, it didn't work. Let me double check. Oh no. I have to put it in again. Let me do it differently. It should work.
Sure.
This. Copy it and then go there. Make a new tab. Put it in there. Then I should be able to open it from here. Safari could not open the page because it could not connect to the server.
Oh, you have to be on the same Wi-Fi.
I am.
That is weird then. Are you sure you've got the same URL?
I open exactly the same. Oh, it's localhost. Maybe I have to. Yeah, I have to change the localhost. To the
exactly.
Okay, let me go back. It's 192.168 dot 2.102. Can I verify server identity? I don't care. Continue.
That is a good sign.
Now I see the same thing. Okay, and what can I do now?
Okay, I'll show you. So I'm trying to open.
Is the proof of the
So just stay on your phone. How can I open? I want to have the second browser, the Safari one.
Yeah, the Safari one.
It was on the side.
Yeah, it was on the Safari. Yeah.
Okay. And then can you open Atom on the left?
Yes.
Okay. So let's check this out. Now I've got one browser here, and you've got one other browser on your phone, right?
Yes.
So let's change the color to light blue. Blue. And save. Is it changed on your phone as well?
No, it's not changing on my phone. My phone is
really.
My phone is still white.
Oh, hold on. Can you refresh your phone?
Yes.
Just reload the browser. Okay. Let's try again then. Let's go back to green. Can you save?
Amazing! I can't believe it. It's really great.
See, and let's type in something here. Username Vincent. Do you see something on your phone? Does it work?
No.
Really? What about this one? Still no?
No.
Maybe that's because it's username field. But anyway, for scrolling it would work as well.
So you mean when I scroll? Hold on.
Oh no! You know what? It's because we have to enable an option on the configuration page. So yeah, I want to show you something. So let's go back to the terminal.
Here we go.
I'll close this. So now everything should close. Nitro doesn't work anymore. Nitro config. So what we just did since the beginning was the most basic configuration. It's just providing an application URL with the source folder. But you can go to advanced here, and then you've got all these options. So you can see if you want the JavaScript to be processed using default JavaScript or Webpack, if you want to concatenate your files together and give a name to that final file. You can use CSS or Sass or less. You can also concatenate CSS files. And what I wanted to show you was the ghost mode. When you activate the ghost mode, this is what makes the devices being synced together for the typing and scrolling, but now it wasn't activated, so that is why it didn't work. There's also more options, like if you want to publish your files to Apex directly, you can use SQL CL. And then you got to provide your username, password. And also there are some more theme roller features. So it's really rich. There's a lot of things here. But what I wanted to show you was just the most basic configuration.
But what are you doing with the theme roller? Can you explain that?
So what we're doing with Theme Roller is essentially being able to add some more attributes to Theme Roller. You know how you're able with Theme Roller to change the background color, but sometimes you want to have more flexibility. So with Theme Roller, you're able to, with Nitro, you're able to add more attributes to Theme Roller.
They're literally changing the theme roller of Apex.
Yes.
Did Shakib approve this?
Yeah, Shakib approves this.
Okay, great.
All right, so I'm gonna have to go soon, Jürgen. Yeah. So this was a pleasure for me to.
Let me try this ghost mode. Can you just demo the ghost mode once?
Okay. We can try. There's just some additional thing we're gonna have to do. Let's deactivate the concatenation. This too. Okay. And can you copy this part of the source folder? Because whenever we go to the advanced configuration, we're watching the source files from here, but then we're outputting the files from another folder. So paste it here, and instead of calling it Nitro, it's going to be Nitro test distributable. Okay, that should be fine.
Did you hit it? No, you didn't.
Not sure. Yeah, now I did. Okay. So back to the terminal, we can close this and launch the project again. Okay. Seems good. Can you reload your phone?
Yes, I do.
You did?
Hold on, I'm just doing it now. Yes, it's there.
Do you want to enter something in the username? Just put, and there you go. It works on the computer as well.
Great. So, and last thing, Vincent, when you want, you can also push the CSS and JavaScript files back into the static files, right?
Yes. So this is the additional feature I was mentioning here. It's under the SQL CL section.
Okay.
So you have to specify on the path to your SQL CL installed and then your database connect string. Obviously, that will not work for apexoracle.com because you don't have access to it.
We can talk to Joe to make this happen.
Well, apparently with the next Oracle Cloud free version, you're gonna be able to.
Yeah.
So maybe in the future.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thanks to you.
Great show, and we learned a lot from that. So I'm very impressed. Thank you.
Thanks to you. Okay, so we'll be in touch.
Bye, Vincent.
Goodbye.